Hi, this is Mark from Mark's Mandalas, and I'm going to give you a little brief explanation on how you use the tools with the paint and the lessons. Most of this is going to be a slideshow, but I wanted to show you some of the basics as far as dipping the tool in the paint, how much paint you should have on there, and the application to the lesson sheet. You can see I have the number 11 tool, and I'm going to go ahead and just use two colors of paint for this tutorial. I'm going to use green and blue, and I'm just going to alternate. I'm going to start in the center, always start with the center circle, and then do each successive circle of dots. And I'm going to be alternating colors. So the middle one, which is the number 11, is going to be green, and then the number 8, the first circle of dots, is going to be blue. The next circle, which says number 10, is going to be green, and then blue, and so on. And so I'm going to go ahead and dip this in the paint, show you about how much you should have on the end of your tool, and then I'm going to go ahead and cover the center dot. So I know you can't see real good here. Let me scoot this up here like this for you. And I find it's better to have too much paint than not enough. This is leaning towards the more than enough. And you can see I'm going to dip a little more in there because I want to be able to show kind of that drip. There's that drip of paint on there. And I'm not showing this with the best angle. I need to do another video. It's going to show a better angle on how that should look, but it should be pretty much a drip of paint on the end of the tool. Not so much it drips off, but enough that there's going to be able to get good coverage on the dot. And I'm going to go ahead and do the center dot real quick. I'm just going to go straight down. And there is the first dot. Now, paint is very unforgiving, and sometimes you're going to want to push the tool all the way against the surface. Other times you're going to be just pushing the paint up against it. It's kind of dependent on the paint, and it can change from brand to brand or color to color. So you have to be prepared to apply different amounts of force. And it's something that you will learn to do with repetition, practice, but that's okay because practice is fun. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and begin the slideshow portion of this, and you can see how this progresses through, and you can pause it at any time to see where I'm at in this process. And as we begin the slideshow portion of this tutorial, I'd like you to notice how I place the dots in each circle. I start with a 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 3 o'clock, or if you would rather use a compass as a reference, a north, south, east, west visualization. And it's good to get comfortable visualizing where dots are going to be going, because as the lessons progress, there's going to be less and less information for you to refer to other than the previous circle of dots, which is going to be very important because that previous circle of dots is going to be your guide. And what I mean by that is you may want to pause the video to take a closer look at this. As an example, look at the second circle of blue dots, and look at the one that is at 12 o'clock if you're visualizing a clock, or north if you're visualizing a compass, and notice how it intersects or divides the two green dots right below it. And that happens throughout this entire pattern. If you look at the first circle of green dots, each of those green dots, they divide each pair of blue dots in the first circle of blue dots. And that's an important visualization as you get into the later lessons, because I start removing some of the numbers and information. So you have to start visualizing where the dots go. And I don't want to overwhelm you with too much information in this first lesson. But remember, you can print out additional copies of this lesson if you would like to do it again. And I'm going to be sharing more techniques as far as how to visualize where to place the dots in future lessons. I hope you're having fun, and I hope you're looking forward to lesson number 2.